Good evening. So I want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for joining us here this evening. I'm Alfonso Zia, so of the Liberia Public Radio 10 Lpr-Tv. Welcome to the show. Good evening. So we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am Afonso and so right here this evening on the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio. Very wet day here in the East Coast in the ocean state of Rhode Island. We say good evening to welcome to coming on very late. It's 8:26, but we'll try as much as possible to make up the time here this evening. This is the Sunday's editions of the Examiner, and it's good to have you here. Welcome to the show, and good to have you. As usual, if you are joining us for the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. And if you are fans of Lpr, we say good to have you. Been away for 2-3 days because of technical issue. And that's how at times it goes. But notwithstanding, we'll try to do the best we can because this is what we signed up for. And this is where our commitment is to have this national conversation. Unfortunately, I will not open the phone lines tonight. Just too much still unfolding. But yeah, that's why it is. Yeah, in this country, when you solve one problem, another one hit in. But notwithstanding, it's good to have this conversation. I would say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. My microphone was poisoned recently by the liberal and his ally, and he was making mockery out of it, and he thinks that it's funny. And his supporters, they were cheering him up simply because someone to hold them accountable to their words, to be clear with the Liberian people. I was not also the thought that it was good, and they had their own time here doing whatever they want to do. But this is the good thing about AA is now I have two reserve one. These are specific special sort of microphones. I just don't want to use anything. And I hope if you are listening, wherever you are, the audio is good. There was not a one that I really wanted to get in, but it's similar. So this seems to be like a test here this evening. Mr. Patrick Port, good to have you. Patricia Moore, Amos Tay is in the house. Kabina Kamara is here. Emmanuel Wallace is here. I have no idea whether these are Liberal fans or they are supporters of the Liberal. But for us, we intend not to leave no one behind in the national conversation. A lot is unfolding. The rules, the goalposts, things are changing. People are not coming up with clarity, clear and precise information. And this is dangerous for the country. That we need to know what is unfolding. But the ideas of being so politically correct, and not just only with the politicians, but the supporters, their surrogate, all of that is over the roof. It's not helping and it's not doing all good. So we need to have these conversations in a very honest factions, regardless of our political side or what we believe in. The ultimate objective here is our country. And that's the thing that we all have in common. You cannot bang on these politicians. They will come and tell you this is what's going to happen, this is what we're going to do, and at the end of the day, when I get there, that's a different game. That's a difference. And radio hosts, podcasts, programs, strong voices in the media, all help to contribute to things that are happening because they fail to hold politicians accountable. They fail to make the information fair, balanced, and proportional. So as the result, a lot of them are scratching their head now. This is not what we voted for. This is not what we hope for. Yes, you took a side. So you now becomes the fixer. It's very, very difficult now. And so you are changing things now. You're holding yourself accountable. They're not even doing it in the honest faction. One day they're on this other side, another day they're on this other side. And that is dangerous. When the media is polarized and the media has been heavily infiltrated by politicians because of their own goal, that is a problem. And that's the position we find ourselves in Liberia. And there's no end that there's no indication that's still not going to continue. And you're going to see their surrogates every now and then coming out in their defense, protecting their own alligator. And those that used to talk yesterday, they are not talking no more because they have nothing to say. Every day they lie. They make up things. Things that we saw happening in the past are still happening today. When family members, friends, immediate relatives are infused in government, it makes it difficult to take positions, administrative positions for the goods of the country because there's a conflict of interest. And we are seeing that over and over and over. From Helen Johnson, from Samuel Doe, Helen Johnson, Sally, the combatant late Claudia Sawyer and his ally, the progressive, and all of that, the George Weah, and now Jose Newman Boykai. So where are we? Where are we heading as a people, as a nation, and as a country? When you have a group, only maybe your ethnic group, or your immediate relatives, or friends, close people, when you have them in high-profile positions, and they do things, then you are like a piece of cloth cut between the scissors, running through your mind. Should I put the scissor through this cloth? What could be the reactions of my own base? And that's where the frustration is. And there's no indication that we're going to end to this year. I'm Alfonso Zia, so very shortly, hopefully the analyst is going to join me here. We do apologize for coming on late. When you see it like that, there's a lot is unfolding. But it's better late than never. The liberal came from return from Liberia, and he made a proclamation here that he's going to be a dictator. That's not strange. I mean, the people to hang out with, things that they do, it's been passed on to them. And so my microphone was completely contaminated just a minute to the show when even my guest was standing by. Kwame Opa weeks. But we're gonna have a replay of this here. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good to have you. And I'm back. Please, somebody just give me good. Sister Rita, good evening. Hopefully you're back too. We all got caught up during the end of the week from the storm and the air traffic. That's another different game. But this weekend again, we want to be on the road to Atlanta City, New Jersey, to honor another community engagement. But if my audio is perfect, somebody just do me a favor. Yvonne, good evening. Venetia here. These are the allies of the liberal. The dictator, the dictator is here. You know. But if my audio is doing good, if it is okay, if it is perfect, just give me a thumbs up. Just write something indication. Let me know how it goes. They came in yesterday, and so I'm trying to make a test here to make sure everything is okay. But let's take a quick commercial break right here, and I will be right back. And hopefully the analyst is going to join us here, and we're going to have an open conversation here in today's edition of The Examiner. I am Alfonso Zia, so I'll be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way
This
of
is
showing
our way of
appreciation
showing
to God
appreciation to God
for the good
for the
things
good
He has done
things He
for
has
us
done
and
for
continue
us
to
and
do.
continue to do.
Don't miss this
Don't miss this
opportunity.
opportunity.
Join Mazola
Join
Gizi
Mazola Gizi
on every
on
Sunday
every Sunday
from 12 noon
from
to 2
12 noon
p.m.
to 2
Eastern
p.m.
Standard
Eastern
Time
Standard Time
for the
for the
program
program
Dancing for
Dancing
Jesus.
for Jesus.
Please be there
Please be
because I
there
will be
because
here
I will be
to
here
rock it out for
to
you.
rock it out for you.
Please be there, and who will be there to rock it down for you? That's the voice of the lover boy, Manzola Gizi of Elfia. We say thank you so much for what you do and on the daily basis. Thank you so much for being part of this network, and we do really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, if this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. You are on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio 10 Lpr-Tv. We are here usually on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Today's editions, The Examiner. It comes away every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we'll fall below the bell here this evening, coming on very late. These things are setting up to it takes time, and but overall, it's better late than never. Now, if you are here in Liberia and in parts, we involve in multitudes of roles as part of community engagement. We just do not only showcase a politician, all right, but we also engage with our citizenry to make sure the right thing is done. So please always be there with us. If you have a business here in the USA or inside Liberia, you want to advertise, let us know. We just do not believe in back you, cash out, Zelle. No, we feel we should run a service, and in turn, you give us some cash, you give us some good donations, and then we provide service to you. We want to say a big thank you to our crew during the weekend. They were in Babli District, that is Lower Nimba County, Republic of Liberia. They provided coverage, extensive coverage to the homegoings of Omen Jackson, Collier, who passed away right here in the Ocean State. We were contacted, and the group was embedded with them. Our team has arrived safely from Babli all the way to the border of La Côte d'Ivoire, the back in Monrovia. The videos and other images going to be posted. So we do a variety of things. So just let us know. It doesn't matter where the event. We do that. And not just only politics, politicians, but that you deserve for people to know what you are doing. So just let us know. You can reach us, contact us anytime, anywhere. And even here in the USA, if you have a memorable event that you want to showcase, let us know. If there's no way we can find it, we can reach anywhere, any place, anytime. Just let us know, give a little bit of room, and we can work out things in that. With that said, coming weekend again to be in Atlanta City, New Jersey, where we will form part of the home government of Mother Anyway, who passed away recently. She will be laid to rest in Atlanta City, that is New Jersey, and we will be there to bring you that virtual. And the folks in Liberia will also understand they will be awake, and the team going to be there to also to bring that. Having said that, I would say thank you. Good evening to Breakable. What are you breaking? Prince, right? It's good to have you. Emmanuel to Wallace. Going to Kamboto, Sinians, Ato, Nico. Is that the right way of calling it? Ato? Good to have you here. So a lot been going on. I've not had the opportunity to take a conversation, but I've perused through social medias, and a lot of conversation is ongoing in different forms, in different shapes, and depending who you talk to, they have their own interpretation because of their own personal feelings to try to incite international conversation. This is where the problem is. This is where the big of the problem is. When you take national issue or more and you try to personalize it, then the purpose, you defeat the purpose. And that we don't do here for the most part. Let me speak for myself, because the liberal, he's another character on this network who has made a public proclamation who he is, what he represents, his agenda, who he supports. So obviously, people are being disadvantaged to know or to participate. But sorry, the phone line is not up, is not on tonight because of I mean, just the last 2 days, a lot been going on. Going to work last night, phone just failed and everything just bombed. It don't even turn on, so it means I have to get a new one, and that's the only reason. Hopefully, let's see what happens tomorrow. Before next edition, I will try to make that provision so that you can participate. However, you are also at liberty to write your tweet, your comment, and we will, to retrospect, will reflect, will flag those comments. That's another way of participating. But I'm hoping one or two to join us here. But I believe during the end of the week, the Guinea-Liberia border incident, I'm not sure how far we are going with the St. Jackson's. Every day is some kind of drama, endless one, things adding up. We're not finding no answers. Hopefully we will. But the president spoke recently, I believe. How is that playing out? What is Liberia? What is happening now on the diplomatic front? Who really kicked the can down the road while some critical decisions are not being taken? We don't know. But I know you have seen there, but let's roll out by the president, the address of the president to the nation following the Lofa incident.
Today regarding the situation along our border with the Republic of Guinea, as President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia, it is my duty to keep the Liberian people informed and to assure you that the peace and security of our nation remain my top priorities. In recent days, concerns have emerged as a result of development along parts of our shared border in the Lpr-Tv area, Foya District, Lofa County.
Okay. Foya District, Lofa County. Yeah, we are the Foya.
No sound. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to go back. I'm going to relock.
Are you not hearing me?
The sound.
Okay, then, but I'm hearing you. Go and come back. Let's see. Come by, let's see. Let's see what happens. Let me just get you off, and then you can come back. Yeah, if we are man, like you can tell us when they are how you call it? I think he's trying to find him. He's trying to find his voice. Let's see here. Okay. Are we good now?
Yes, we're good now. I can hear you now.
Okay, at least you returned from Foya now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm coming from Foya.
Okay.
I'm not upset.
Most.
Yes, sir. I'm not upset at all.
You know what? Upset?
No, I'm not upset.
Oh.
Let's start a conversation.
you already sounded as someone who is upset.
That's why I say I'm not upset.
I hope you and the liberal Holobalat is that still in there.
Oh,
you don't listen to me when I talk to I tell
that
you
one there, that one there, I'm done with the liberal.
Oh
yeah, I'm done with him.
Really?
Yeah, he said he used to say I'm the most ridiculous person, but now I know he showed it to me. So
now you agree with me. He is
now I agree with you. No, I didn't agree with you before. Now I have enough evidence
that he's the most ridiculous person.
He's the most ridiculous person.
And you agree because even the man from Connecticut, the Summering Land, Walton Kertos.
I don't know why Walton came in smiling like this with his glasses. That new glasses you got, dude?
You're worried, and I'm Walton worried also.
No, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
The liberal pressing my microphone upon his return from time.
I told him. He said he didn't want to talk about it. I told him. That sycamore tree he got in tow time, he came with it. He told me he brought Pakana. he messed that microphone up because you call him and you warn him.
I mean, everybody saw that. You say, can you imagine the old man coming on? He would be a dictator. Come on, he will be. And his attributes, he exhibit those norms of being a dictator. You saw how he shut you all. He doesn't want you to talk. He doesn't want to hear Keta voice. One of his Russian colleagues, the likes of the so-called pastor from where we stayed, is he again?
The Reverend Minnesota, the Reverend third politician.
Wanna be politician.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, we're not going to waste our time on these guys.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
You know, they say the bamboo that want to die can't hear whistle sound. I told you
No.
who this liberal is, but when you ready, you call your name Junior and this and that, and then
Yeah, he talk about New York days, talking about being
Brother
private.
So, the men are Regine collaborator now. You know, liberal, nothing. Just call you Regine.
Regime collaborator.
Regime collaborator.
You're gonna get paid, but I think that's a good name there. That's what we're gonna call him. We're calling him out every day on this network as long as he becomes ridiculous and he's not giving everybody a fair check. Okay, gentlemen, good evening, good to have you. It better late than never. But
I hope he comes on.
Man, we're not sure if
He's scared. He can't. He's scared.
He get folks saying that he can't show a face here. But anyway, man, a lot going on in that country.
A lot going on.
Of Liberia. What the heck is happening? Who's in control? How we got to this point? Who's to be blamed? You can put your blame on me. I don't know. Do we have to put it on somebody or put it on ourselves?
Mr. So I don't think this is a blame game anymore. Because the kind of effect that these behavior have on the country, you can't blame any one person anymore. You know, so if we're blaming everybody.
No.
I disagree. I disagree with you.
Don't start here.
I disagree with you. I just knew, Brother So.
Why you want to blame me?
I was just looking at. I wanted to say something about this wannabe, this security man wannabe politics. I knew you were going to do something to just. You can't press the chicken too much. The white chicken. You can't press it.
I got ready.
The monkey never leaves the black hand. Now, I don't care. You take it from Africa, you bring it to America, take it to Europe.
I just knew.
You see that this security people can do.
Okay, this is what for all here.
Mr. So, real quick.
I'm not going to be like the liberal. You're going to have your time here.
I know.
I'm not going to sanction you of your voice here. But you got to be fair. Why you want to blame me? What did I do?
No, Mr. So. You see, when you're doing security investigation, you got to put something under somebody's skin for it to come out. And I just tried that. I just tried it a little bit.
Well, my skin probably can't hold anything. So
I just put it that small.
I can absorb it, but check this out. Check this out, right? I'm gonna trade right back in your lap and see how you be shaking on this CJ. Watch it. I'm gonna trade right back in your lap.
I told you I'm not upset.
Watch it. Trade right back in your lap.
In the interest of fairness and to do our audience.
No, let's go.
This is your expertise here. But
hi, everybody.
And I really want to jump into it. I never had the time to really go into a good conversation. The liberal started here and his guys were just saying, "Oh, don't put him in the seven." I always thought that's smart because we are in a challenging times, a difficult time. So we went through this before. So when we see things of such that has the propensity to escalate, if it is not handled, if proper actions, when strength, when leadership is not shown, that is something that I paint some of that. But put it into context here. What are you gathering? What is happening right now? Who is telling what? What is the real? There are so many multiple information, convoluted, but no one is telling us the real precise thing. But from there, when you boss, who was smelling? I was smelling it.
Well, somebody fire, everybody smell it. You know, from my own experience, I see this thing, and sometimes people react to information when you don't have to hold information. And from what we're hearing now, and 2 weeks into this whole saga, is really mind-boggling for some of us, as far as how this thing started and how it was initiated, and there was some negotiation that went on before the military even showed up. And we were oblivious of some of these things, and we reacted. And it's okay as human to react on things like that. But as we get the information now, then we begin to find out and put things into perspective and say, oh, wow. And all of these wow moments are coming up. And I think this has created a serious national security threat to our nation because of the greed of power, greed for money. From my own estimation, hearing what I'm hearing now, and if any is true, I would say this again. If what I'm hearing is true, then it's shame on our security apparatus, it's shame on the president of the Republic of Liberia, and anybody
who is the
associated with
president?
it. Huh?
Who is the president?
Who? You don't know the president of the Republic of Liberia? His Excellency Joseph Yuma-Boakai. Why do I need to call his name to you?
Wow, you
see, that's the thing. You see, don't be the deliverer now. Don't be the deliverer. I'm not talking about the former presidents.
I just asked a simple question.
I'm talking about former president. So when you ask that, it's understood.
No.
But
Look,
seriously,
I am on an obligation here,
Yeah.
just how we hold politicians accountable to hold analysts accountable proportionally.
Okay.
So I ask questions.
Then the shame
You
on the entire.
you have the right to plead the fifth to say I'm not answering.
Yeah.
I'm cool with
Well,
that.
I'm not going to do that. I don't need. I'm not here to appease anyone. I'm here to say what I know from my professional background and what I've done in investigation and some of those things. I'm just saying what is true. And that's what I tell people. Law enforcement is not an associate or a member of political party because their crafts and their institution deny them the possibility or even the existence of being part of a political party because you're there to serve the people and not a particular individual or political party. That's why you highly see changes happening in the security apparatus when new leaders take over, because there's a designed process that is in place, structure that is put in place for security, and that is applied across the board to anybody who coming into it. But I think this is holding some high security. I think the threat level is at, for me, my own discretion, is at red right now. And we need to de-escalate it because those things that are happening at the border can transcend into the city. Once people start to hear the story, and while I'm hearing from the ground now, there are a lot of people that are really concerned. And when you have all your legislative body going to Lofa yesterday, and they returned last night. They returned this morning around 5 o'clock in the morning.
Going there to do
They came
what?
from Lofa. That's the reason. That's the thing I want to find out. Why are all these people going there to do what? And if you listen to some of those town hall sections, has nothing to do with what's going on at the border. They're talking about it, but they're not doing anything. I have not heard from any legislative body that said we're going to introduce a bill or we're going to go into caucus and do this. We got the deputy speaker there talking about, the whole caucus of the Gizzy people. Dude, what are you talking about, the Gizzy people caucus? Why do you have Gizzy caucus in the legislative body? Those things should not even exist. It should not exist, you know? And we sit down and we see these things. People that are educated need to begin to speak out on some of these things that are happening.
I want to bring in Keto. So what do I have to do with that? And you are including me in that blame.
You're being clear because you always say you are.
Yeah, bro. You
know
what?
Yeah, your brother.
Well, you know, when the whole time gathering, when there's a feast, right? There are people who initiate the program, right, Keto? They want when the other quarter, my dance on the second dance. They want to say can dance. Okay, you bring your brother dance, your brother mask, Bruna. Either nobody to be drum or nobody can dance. But look, Keta, good evening. Let me just have you here. I mean, this is serious. We are kind of laughing, but it's very serious. And I said this here the other day from the get-go. What happens is a complete invasion. No any other word, no any other thing. I believe most do agree. And you have the liberal here coming here, and he thinks we honor the parliamentary, and if you just talk it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. That is a complete invasion, a complete provocation of another sovereign nation. You wear your uniform, you cross the border, and I say here, what happens is not in isolation. And here we are now. Look, military is a very unique institution. It's a disciplined institution. You can be high like rock, but when you go in the military, I've never been in the military, man. You can better say it. You don't have your way. They are subjected to order. When they ask them to move, when they ask them to implement, when they ask them to take action, that's where I don't care how tough it's by, they have to wait for that command. It has to come from the higher up. Someone must say, should press that button. Keta, let me bring you in here. What could be the best characterizations of what is happening as far as you are concerned with your background?
Well, I think, thank you, brother. So, and I would like to say hi to the senior brother Moses. Yeah. Waiting for the other panelists to come in.
Joy, happy Sunday. Yeah.
You are Joy to say you won't come, but he's scared.
No, I'm not talking about the field liberal George Toto who went for all diaspora conference. Ever since I'm talking about my man George. These are liberal guys. I don't understand why these guys
feel progressive. Sitting not talking about he's scared to come on the show because you see me here. So.
Get on a bad yeah, go ahead.
No, I think the government dropped the ball. And Mr. Moses Sigbe said it right. Shame on the president and shame on those people. The first time I came on this show, I said a thing. The first time those people crossed over and our young people went, they routed the group and they made the soldiers to return. Immediately, the president should have instructed the armed forces of Liberia to go and seal that area up to prevent clash between our civilian and the Guinean military. Because it was going to happen. All right. And I think somebody on the show said, or in another show said, look, I came on reconnaissance. They came and they saw our people withdrawing, backing off on their own land. They said, okay, we can go there the second time. They went the second time, and they said, okay, we can go the third time. Now we're going to sit down. But guess what happened today? I was fortunate to come across a video from a journalist and some of the guys from the university in Lofa County. They went on a tour. And it was shocking to me when I saw this video. To tell you what Mr. Sigbe just said, look, I violated our sovereignty. So 1908, 1907, 1908, when you hear Dumbuya, there was a guy on Facebook who spoke French, but it was interpreted in English. It was written in English, and I read the whole thing, how he said the French people came and they did the whole demarcation and all that thing. It's true.
Decolonized, yep.
Yes, it's true. They did the demarcation, right? But check this out. The Guinean soldier pass over the demarcation because there's cornerstone. There are cornerstones that are planted and they're written in French. And those guys went with a camera. I will share it in our chat room so you see it. Those guys went with a camera and they show the demarcation. The border is porous, right? It's just land. You stay on one side of this land, the next part of Guinea, the Guinean making the farm here, Liberian make the farm, right? They're the same people. The same Guinean people, Mandingo from Liberia, Guinea, or Loma from Liberia, Guinea. The same people, it's just that when they did the demarcation, they say, okay, this part for Guinea, this part. So the family on this side stay this way. But they are the same people, the same family people. Now,
Yeah.
Hold on one second, Keto. You now wake up the sleeping dog. And this is what we want to do here. We will provoke them and bring them in and hold them accountable of the world. Joining us from Pittsburgh is one of the progressives. From the Sawyer, went to Tiawan Gonglo, all the Brown Straw, fell apart. He now joined with Joseph Newman Boyka. Dr. George Toto.
I know I'm waking up. I knew I'm gonna waking up.
You don't get to that from.
You gotta put fire on your foot.
You know, those that used to be a hunter used to go there, do all their trapping, you know, those little Buckabon Hill.
I know.
Make sure you pour fire. So I see here, the next you see that will pass on,
you grab it.
So we'll bring that in.
Yeah, so
good evening, good to have you.
yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Following the discussion, and I decided to come on the show.
Of course.
That's good. That's good. Don't be afraid of me. I will not hit you up too much. No, on a serious note, welcome, Dr. Toto. So on a serious note, I saw that video and look, I showed the cornerstone, and they said there was another cornerstone on the scene line going. They showed a palm tree that they got a demarcation, the people cut rows in the place. But the Guineans passed that point. They went deep into Liberia and they planted another flagpole. So they go, according to the locals over there, they go there in the morning and they put up a flag. By 4 o'clock, they bring down the flag and they go back to Guinea. In the morning, they cross and come over to Liberia. This one is not even on the side like at the river. It's the porous land now. But the demarcation, they cross over the demarcation. My thing here is, if those people, the local people over there know their land demarcation, what is the government waiting for? To engage the Guineans, say, look, we're bringing our military so we can go and verify our border point. We didn't say don't stay here. So we'll verify the border point so our people cannot be in constant fear. And there cannot be rumors of invasion because it's making our citizens stressed out and panicking. And so, yeah.
Yeah, quickly here before I go to Dr. Toto. In the interest of fairness, those people, is there anything I've not seen that video? I've not listened to them, so I don't want to be judgmental here. But was it reported to national government as well? I believe they saw that. This is not an overnight. It's not an overnight incident here. There was it being a gradual thing. And this is what I say. If you see something, say something. Was this reported? And if it was reported, who processed, who received that information, and if they received that information, was it processed to the rightful authority? Any idea?
I think it was a journalist from the Koluboyu radio station, and I think it's widely listening told in the FOIA era. And secondly, the city mayor or the superintendent of that era should have idea, because if the locals know, the locals went and found this, it's not hidden, it's not in like cover or in bush. The people made road, path road that you can go. You even got motorbike road, car road are going there. The motorbike road also going there. You see the cornerstone, and it's written in French, Republic of Guinea. But on the other side, the cornerstone is Liberia. But the Guinean crossing over the cornerstone, coming deep into Liberia and hosting their flag. And that's where the confusion is. The thing about it is, if the locals are going to do investigation, what is the government doing as far as this land dispute? I don't want to buy into the whole thing, the mineral dispute and all that.
Let me just for you that, because you're taking it a reaction way here. I don't want to go too extreme here. So this is how you guys try to reconstruct and do things here. Let me go to Dr. Toto here. Let him tell us exactly what he knows and what. Dr. Toto, this is more or less convoluted now. We're not getting the information, multiple information coming in, explanations in different forms, in different shape. I believe this is not an overnight thing here. So then where will all the intelligence, with all this huge being invested into the national security, the NSA, the WSA, and all of that, nobody got any intelligence to, until we are all caught up in this web.
I think the process there, also the other part of this, I think they have the intelligence already. And the approach of the government is trying to go through what diplomatic be, and that's the approach that the government is taking. Like you can talk about the progressive. It was what Dr. Sawyer, with Dr. Sawyer interim president, we saw.
Oh, Lord.
We saw the diplomatic level that Sawyer plays, to deal with Charleston or day. And that's a good of it. When the incident first occur, it's very concerning to be fair. When the incident first occur, sedition, like we don't care the other people, they change the narrative of the whole story. They make it like a mineral, so they say it was a mineral. It was a mineral issue that some Liberian went to dig sand or to dig mineral, and that was called the Guinean government to come out. But now we're seeing this in that mineral issue. It's a well calculated issue by the Guinean. If you follow the news today, now it's not a 4-year era now. It's another district in Lofa County now. Their president have been failed in the Kwenu Bona era. So this is a well calculated thing by the the Guineans. So it's very concerning to be fair. And this is where our national government, we also say that they are approaching it to the diplomatic level, engaging the Guinean government and other international partners on it. But now with steady, they need to also be more proactive to have how to de-escalate fear within the population, because Liberia have a history already. People have a bond on their hair, running from one point to another location, and it kind of scare the people. So our government had to be more proactive to come out with strategy, discussion, how to make the people not to feel discouraged, what the level of discussion. But with all that, people moving from one place to another, Guinea coming. Now the second border post point. We know. Look at Bon County also too. Bon County have a huge border with Guinea too. The next approach now, because with Bon County with the border side with Guinea, is that water is a land border.
Can you check your email, please?
Sorry,
Dr. Toto.
Yeah, the Bon County side with Guinea border is a land border where people come from other side, they farm on the Liberia side from Guinea. That's why Liberian go on the Guinea side, they farm it, how the people been living together. So that it happened in Lofa. If serious caution or care not taken put into place by our government, the next to join the Bon County or to join the Nimba County, they have a border with Guinea also too. So this is no joke. This is a well planned calculated by the Guinean. They know what they're doing, and our government don't take the view for a joke.
So we were on the right side of history when we were calling for, we all want peace. All right, we went through a lot, but there are some things when you see it coming, you pull stop to it. Straight, directement, Frenchmen say. And that didn't happen. And people were putting spin on it. First thing, the defense minister, why your regime speaker, why are they going to do that? Is that the thing that's some sort of exhibition or talent show thing going there? They acting like they've never been in a war country. These people, the French people, they are violent type of people too. You could possibly be executed. You could be going down there. Anybody from anywhere, not necessary, but anybody from anywhere can throw anything they saw, and they think it's funny. They think it's okay.
That whole group got went now. It was a clear error there. Why would they go there first of all as the whole group? Yeah. And first, now the court you have a test circle. I know somebody. I know two gentlemen, one in the police and one in the air. They are deployed to the border point there. There, and I go in there inbound, we chat there, and some of the information they pass on to me, they say, well, man, you are the politician, they can put. I said, no. But some of the information they giving me is no joke. No, Guinea are taking that thing very serious. But the Guinean citizens on the other side, they are even mobilizing their people. If I didn't want to encourage their people to go to the national government, to come to them that the Liberian want to take the Liberian, they need their land. Yeah, well, we see a whole government official, whole member of the legislators, the whole crew going there to do what? What they want to prove that or the other guy from the back of the TI one way talking about that money building. Then why are they doing the other side of the border or the other border point? Say money building too.
I think the combinations of all led to where we are, because those were some of the information that were filtering in the region from the Guinea side. They called the superfair, who is like a superintendent. We were hearing that he was dismissed. Is that something started from somewhere? But the bottom line is the approach by GOL And how this nonsense cannot happen on a Charles Taylor. Trust me. The defense minister, chief of staff, they're going to be the first people before negotiations start. We are not saying they should go and get into confrontation. That guy is a military man. He's a military man. And we all know the frictions with here and the ECOWAS and all of that, who they are including at the end of the day that is seeing ECOWAS people meeting them. But these people are off for something. And I'm afraid now too from my own country, who knows? Because we don't know what they are voting to, because we get a borderland there that is over 1,000 square miles. These borders are not properly, there's no way that you can even control them. That's how it's at. Let's welcome the man from North Dakota. Is that you in trouble suit this evening? you know, we're talking about crisis. You do like a fire service man who went to Capitol Hill. They say they get a proposal. They make it watch on a hand. They watch on a hand. You want to go profile. Akwe, good evening. Welcome.
Yes. So I mean, so an entire crew, we are all concerned, especially talking about the border. I mean, that happens to be where some of us really come from. We are all concerned about situation there, and trust me, I love the diplomatic approach taken by President Boakai. You know, he spoke to the nation and reassuring the country and of the government's own commitment of pushing for peace and collaborating with and working along with other heads within the MRU basin to ensure that peace flourishes within the region. And I think we all should be able to encourage that. So great job. Kudos to you and the entire crew here as we continue to talk about issues, I mean, affecting our country. Yeah.
Oh, God. Moses.
Yeah.
Can you respond to him, please?
Well, let me add this to what Dr. Toto and the rest of the folks are saying. My thing is that, listen, we should go back in history. As Weto Kote was saying, the video that he's going to share with us, what it depicts. I know that my father, who's in his late 80s, explained stories to me of my grandfather. There was a guy named Chief Cully and Chief Digay, Warrior Digay. So this war, and we have Guinea Pele, Guinea Loma, Guinea Gisi. And in fact, there's allegation that the part of where the deputy speaker came from, he actually came from Guinea side.
Oh.
He's not from Foya.
Oh.
Yeah, his parents came from the Guinean side. And seriously, this is things that are coming up that we're trying to understand. That's where he came from, the Guinean side, the Gisi. He's not from Foya, but he made people to think he's from Foya. And there are people who can attest to it if he doesn't want to. So this thing has been going on for years, for decades.
Are you saying that Guinea man we have as a deputy speaker?
I'm saying that based on the sources that I got, based on the information I received.
So
he's not actually from Foya.
So our system is being infiltrated heavily. So people
but I
don't think we should.
Even your assistant, CEO.
Yeah, I don't think we should really be concerned right now.
Dr. Mali
as to where this person is from. I think we have relatives on both sides. Even Lama people get relatives on both sides.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Akwe. That's exactly what I'm saying. We got family. It's not they're family on both sides. The people are interrelated. And there was a war that went on before. That's what brought the frontier force. When the French went there to recolonize and put the border, as Winter was saying, he got that video, it created some kind of tension between people on the other side, and most of them were interrelated. But the war started. And I can tell you, if you go setting part Lofa, you will see these big trees that they planted as fence to show you the Liberia side and the Guinean side. But then, Lofa was not part of Liberia. And I kind of share that information. But that comes to the whole issue of the diplomacy. We need to understand that civil war is totally different from border war. Civil is ourselves within killing each other. But when it comes to another country coming to take over your country, it's more serious than the civil war. It's more serious and it's different. So people should not sit there and think that because they fought civil war, they can fight border war. We needed to dispatch our military, like we said in the beginning of this whole saga, that the military presence there would at least give the people some assurance in Liberia, on the Liberian side. And I think those people going there, when I first said that Gregory Coleman and those guys going there were not necessary, they said, oh, you know, there were people on the show who said, why you say that? They want to do this, they want to do this. But then we found out that diplomacy took place before. So what broke that? What happened for it to break down? For the Guinean to come across and try to put out their flag? What happened? And I think that's what we need to go into. So the threat level is stay there. The threat is stay there. We're not getting the whole story. And as long as you don't, people don't get the whole story.
Who should unveil this story? Somebody knows.
Well, the government needs to take a stand and open up and give the actual story and some action. We talked about strategic plan to see how this is going to be addressed. It needs to be strategically done so that they can raise the threat of that nation, and so that the citizens can at least relax and be appeased that the government is taking initiative and concrete initiative so that this thing can, you know, at least be de-escalated. Because everyone, if you don't give people information, they will draw their own conclusions.
Okay, quickly, Dr. Toto, do you agree with him that the government knows the story? Something is still uncovered. They are not revealing. They are not telling us exactly these conversations. I saw that press conference, the press release the other day. It doesn't make sense. They were quoting, they were telling us what the government or Guinea people was telling us, but that communique, as far as I'm concerned, going through it didn't tell us the consensus, because they was telling us, they were saying one thing and the Guineans were doing something on the contrary. But the idea, the concept, the idea, the bottom line here, for these people to cross, not even civilians, they have military personnel wearing their country uniform. That itself, soldiers don't just move, they take actions when their leaders, when their commanders tell them to do so. Do you agree with Moses that the government knows it all and some information still being withheld?
Yeah, definitely. Also, you know, this is a national government, and they should have all the intelligence, everything that it takes for information to be known. They have all the very intelligent agency that they work with, the CID or the NSA. Everything they have is so they have all the information at their fingertip. But are they disseminating the information the right way, or they want to be very cautious how they disseminate the information to people? Because remember now, Liberia has a history also too of war, and they see information. You don't want to pass information to create panic and also to create fear. So even if they go to a Modern River Union Summit, they come up with decision whatsoever at the end of the day. So from our experience, all the peace talk that went the Vera conference they have about Liberia, every time the people the peace talk chances the borders were attacked, or while the peace talk going on the borders were attacked. Those are the strategies they use. They don't have the information, but this is why they use. Maybe that's the strategy they get here. I use it after they have that Modern River Summit that they have. They agree everything they came up and communicate that they should use this, and then by the time they trade about the Guinean carry on their sea mentality to encroach on Liberia. So the information is there. There's no doubt our government will say they don't have the information, but how do they carry on the information on the issue of Thomas Father as alleged? We're seeing that you for the other side. Look, we are border family. You'll find people from the other side. I talk about, for example, the Bon Country and Guinea border side. I visited our border before. It just there's no water. It's a land border.
Yeah.
People from the other side, they farm. They go Liberian leave from there to go to the Guinean side, they farm.
It happens to my own area too as well. The Cote d'Ivoire and
so it happened. Yeah, my parent came from Guinea. They settled Liberia. If you go into the town today, my grandfather's grave, there's a monument on his stone is written in French. The family came from Guinea to Simple Town when they brought our stone. It's on his grave in Total. It's written. So we are all been like one family. So there's another time that people should point finger that this person from the Buddha side of the family, the person from the Buddha side of the family. They will not show our patriotism to stay as a united country to confront the aggressor.
Okay, so Keto, and I have no doubt the president really extended a hand of solidarity to maybe to smoke a real peace pipe to have a conversation as an elderly person. But this guy from Guinea was very disrespectful. He didn't go there to receive our president. Instead he sent a proxy. That itself is a red flag. And he was really doing it a military way. I don't care. Let them come here. What is happening, I'm aware of it. I'm in the know. It's not in isolation, and we will deal with it as it is. And what is really troubling and worrisome to me is see what is happening in the world here, right on our own feet here. And who do we really turn to when it comes to these things that really answer the phone call of Liberia? It's Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam now too is entangled with her own thing and knowing the character, the dude that we have. So it just breached over troubled water. So what next? Do we have to have Akosomo, Abuja a call and all of that before Dumuya come to his senses?
Yeah. Before I answer that question, I shared the thing in the group there in the chat room. I share with you, Mr. Toto, and all of me, Dr. Toto, and you find it there. If you watch it, then you will see what happened. Like everybody's saying, yeah. The certain part of our border is not water crossing. It's just land. You can stay on one side, you don't even know, except they say this the demarcation, the Guinean making a farm on the side, and the Liberian got a farm on the side, but the one family. So it was the white man, I will say white man, the French white man came and said, okay, now this is our territory, to put line between the two, in fact, the place that was one, they just drew line between, they said, you're still on this side, up and still on this side. So the people are already living in the houses on this side of the land, and say, okay, we'll stay here. And the other side, well, go on the title of Guinea and the French people, and they start making the people to speak French. But they are one family. So if somebody from the other side, maybe the uncle were over there and the other brother were this way, they're still the same family. We are one people along the borderline. These people came and divide us, and it was a divide and conquer thing. And so this is where we are. Okay, speaking about that question you asked, this is the reason why we are calling on Liberians, especially the Union of Liberian Association in America, knowing the historicity of advocacy, to start now putting the acts together so we can walk the State Department or even send a strong information to the State Department to send it to the Congress, if possible. And some of those people who are antagonizing the former administration, such as his name from New Jersey, the governor from New Jersey, all these people, we can rally them around, and you understand, to explain, because the government are making no move yet. We haven't seen ECOWAS get involved, AU and all those things. We haven't seen that. We want to be able to, as Liberians in the diaspora, knowing that we have a stake, a serious stake. You understand? It's about time that we get together as Liberians to send a strong message to the State Department. America can walk and chew gum at the same time. America foreign diplomacy can spread anywhere. I don't care how many wars they fight, they can still reach where they want to reach. The American embassy is active in Liberia. The American interest is also active, and they are serious about our country. So these kind of stuff that pose threat to our security and the stability of our nation, I think America will take it serious. It left for us as Liberians in the diaspora to how we can come together and get the ball rolling, confront or not really confront, but get to the State Department, like the other, doing the time of president. We have people who went to Nancy Pelosi office. We can do that. Go to State Department. We can do that. We can also go to the Senate, the Congress. You understand? Our individual lawmakers that in our different states that we got chapters. We can connect with the people in your chapter CEO, the guy who helped to push our immigration bill in. We all these people.
Yeah. Senator Jack Reed.
Jack Reeves, all these people. Once we get the attention that this thing will cause instability in our nation, show them video proof of that, the conversation started talking. Another key point is up to today's date, I have not even heard this guy they call or Louis Brown, who opened his mouth and were talking about President Trump going into what the country name Venezuela. Venezuela, the first thing.
Okay.
He went to Venezuela. And yeah, when Bahrain was hit by Iran, the Bahrain, put their bill on the floor and everybody gave their speech about it and condemned what happened. Today, we part of the Security Council. Okay? So all we could do through our representation is to make our case to United Nations. And I think it will start to draw the attention on the world, what Guinea is doing. If you watch the video, I don't know if you guys can play the video. If you watch the video, you will see the actual cornerstone.
Which one is which of the video? I was trying to look in the chat here. Which of the
I just sent, I think you got it, Brother Tutu and Moses. I just sent it, you see. Yeah, I sent it to you guys on Messenger. It's right there.
Can you forward to my messenger?
Yeah, I did. I forwarded to your messenger.
To my personal messenger?
Yes. Your personal messenger, I send it to your personal messenger. So yeah, we have to start connecting with these people. But one of the things that are happening in our society is the arrogance of our government official. After this information minister came out and lied and said the people were drawing down on the troops, that's why they were bringing more troops in. We said no, it was not true. You cannot draw down by bringing more people in. Guess what the man said to the journalists when they asked him questions? So I don't know, some like Brent talking about the government do nothing. They want us to put up, so you want us to get your guns so you can go on the front. Are you kidding me? When you see people taking their loads, moving from the place they've been living forever, the children are in school, their farms have been seized by the Guinean, and then you saying your thing you want for the poor. I mean, what kind of man got no feelings? I mean, the government is reckless. They spoke about the government. Yeah, seriously. Y'all gotta fire that information minister because of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? What he said. You understand? You can't. When people are in this kind of condition, it's about time you console the people. Don't be talking down on them. Those young people who are passionate about the country. He's not passionate because he's sitting in Morovia getting stealing stolen money for Liberian people enjoy himself. While the people in Foya and that era, the Solomon era, they're suffering today. And you tell the poor, say, you want the poor in gun to go and defend our. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Let me hold on one second. Let me just break you. And I think Keto mentioned something here. We do have full representations at the Security Council who we have as ambassador, and I want Dr. Toto, who has been in the vanguard with this advocacy here, to also speak to that. And this is what happens. It's a traditional norms when things going on in the country. The ambassadors, they speak for all. They are the one to start pressing the higher body. But it comes back to some of the things that we have been saying before, that they are our leaders when they come here. Even when you talk to your local state officials, when they come here, they go into people's basements, they go to family people, they don't make no political friends, they don't make no ally. They come here, they stay here. By the time you get to know, they're already on the plane, they're going back. These are some of the things we are talking about as they've been visiting here. If they were meeting some Congress people, Senate, governors, high-profile people, make friends with them. This is how, when things happen, you take the telephone call. Hey, this is what's going on now. What can you do? That's all about it. You don't need to, but they don't do it. When they come here, they have their beautiful time, dance all the buka, dance everything. They go by. So as a result, they do not have extended friends who they can place an emergency call to rescue them. Akwe.
Yeah. So Keta, you started right. But we should not. You started right, but we should not water down. We should not water down. I know what I see or term as a collaborative spirit. I see Liberians rotating on a single axis on this one, and I think that should really continues. And when we talk about the border, looking at history years back. and the Scrum of Africa since 1884. And and it's Liberia who should even be talking about land here. We came independence 1847, a country that was established by free slaves in the 1820s. Guinea, you give independence way in the 1950s to 60s and things. I don't know. Who should be talking about, owning this land, and things. So, look, Guinea should not reel it and push us too hard. But I don't know, because look here, Mr. So and the entire crew. I watch a video about Mamadi, how to call him, the Guinean, president or so. I don't know. Why will you be talking about, keys among leaders of the sub-region? Then he deploying more men to the border. Why? The every time he was deploying more troops to the border, then he talking about peace. And he was not even able to meet with other presidents who took upon their best time, man, to go there to connect.
What does that tell you, Akwi?
It speaks volume. It doesn't speak too well. It doesn't speak too well. Yeah, it doesn't speak too well. The people, everybody busy for that matter. Marabio, President Boakai, they all left their busy time and they went there, and they can't. They may could not show up, but much more concerned about sending troops to the border. Amen. But so you're right. When our friends come here, coalition government, these are hard times, but they should lobby, look around, make some friends, because this is where you can just pick up a phone and you make some phone calls to say, oh, this is what we are experiencing here. And you don't need the strength of Washington there. You're only talking about a phone call. Just a phone call, or just a tweet on Facebook or Twitter or whatsoever social media can just be able to end that particular thing. So it's not just coming to the U.S., but when they come here, I know it's not easy meeting with Congress people because you got to book appointment, things. But let them try hard, man.
Okay, that's not an excuse. Then we will devour on that. That's not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse. That's what I said.
When they come here, and I think Liberians, there are a lot of Liberian-based organizations in most of these states. That shouldn't be a big deal. These people, these people, the politicians here, their own. It's all about doing what is right. So as long as even at Philadelphia, Minnesota, Rhode Island, New Jersey, anywhere wants to get there and they really want to do it, and they want to take their time. They respect people. Not about bureaucracy that the people have local offices. Even if it's not there, they will find a way. But I
was concluding when you just came in. So as we speak, like I said earlier, relative peace down the border. What I do know, you have the presence of the military or the police, now at the border. Let's try to see what more we can do now diplomatically to put smiles on the faces of our people. So that if they have to return to their villages and towns and things, that's what we should also be pressing and seeking for. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you will come in. We here yet to identify the authenticities of this video, but it was forward in our chat. We want to play it and we all can get a sense of it. We don't know the authenticity of this is yet to be verified as to whether that's the border and anybody can do anything here. But let's play it. Capture the video you saw, and then maybe we can have then Moses he can come in. That's what you see.
Two.
We are investigating the issue that has to do with border dispute, and other Guinea. Specifically, we're talking about Fundadu and Monjara. Fundadu is in Nigeria. And Monjara is in Guinea. So together, and you folks on Bengola Radio, and I'm alongside with the Kadubuni District University student president, Abu Jabate. So we are here. Just want to know exactly what is happening.
So we are specifically at the border.
Yeah, according to where we are now. Actually, we want to identify
Between Nigeria and Nigeria.
So first time. So we see something here. This is in French.
French, yeah.
It is in French. So indicating that during the colonial days. During the colonial days, and there was a border demarcation between the French colony at the time and Republic of Liberia. You know, Liberia being the first republic, was independent at the time when French people were occupying the portion of that is called Guinea today. So Guinea got independent in 1958. And according to our own research, after attaining the independence, Guinea actually reaffirmed in agreement with Liberia to maintain the border that was demarcated by the French people. So this is a cornerstone looking at right here. Okay?
Yeah, so for me, specifically, if even there are a lot of references to that. When you read the book written by Paul Dickens-Cover, The History of the Common People,
Paul Dickens-Cover.
they will also tell you about the sea boundary issues, specifically in 1908. In 1908, there was a delegation from the Liberian government. At the time, the territory of Lofa County was not fully part of Lofa. But then the Liberian government wanted this portion to actually be formalized. So they had a conference, if I'm not forgetting, doing a Jimema conference. In a Madingo, they say Jimedu conference. So in that conference, they said it was when this portion of Lofa County, a friend that they are with the Liberian government, and the sea boundary issue was formalized. I think one of our greater chief of Lofa County from Kwadu Boni Bula, Chief African Kamara, he was the chief spokesperson during that conference on the side of the native people.
So we are all family this afternoon. We're here. This is actually the cornerstone that share the border between Liberia and Guinea. So where we are is Liberia.
Yeah, this is Liberia.
So when you go
then you are now in Guinea.
Okay, so part of our investigation is that you see this. What we see here. So if you will say, for example, where I'm standing is Guinea, and here is Liberia. So if you look at the cornerstone, where you see the young man standing, so it's almost like at the boundary.
Yeah, we in Guinea, they are in Liberia.
Yeah, so almost like this is Guinea, right?
Yeah.
Where you are?
Yeah,
it's Guinea. Yeah.
So
this side is Liberia. But from this indication, you see the pantry. So from where we found out is that beyond the pantry, if you're looking at this,
at the left.
Do we get the left?
Yeah, the left. At the left.
At the right hand side is indicated Liberia, and the left hand side is indicating Guinea. But our finding have indicated that even beyond the pantry, so the portion there going to Liberia way is being encroached upon allegedly by the Guinean. So that's what we found out this afternoon. So we're going to
like you place the camera.
Yeah.
This was not this cornerstone was not planted by the Liberian government.
Yeah, that the French people.
Look at the French colony were the one who planted this cornerstone.
So if you can read, those of you that can read here, so I'm going to snap this. You can snap this. So it's the French people.
Yeah.
I've planted this.
I don't see reason why people should keep on encroaching when the evidence is glaring.
Okay.
This one is very deeply rooted.
Okay.
And nobody can just come and then uproot this.
But we stay on the investigation, so we're gonna do that. We say what's that?
How much again?
Okay, so we it's still moving though. Yes, it's still going. So we in a bush here. We in a bush here.
So other people, when they hear the information about the border issue, they are panicked.
They are panic and all kind of misinformation coming up.
As though if you come to the border, they're gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
And no.
So, but the interesting thing about it, when we came to the official port of entry, we saw the joint security. They are peacefully sitting there at the Liberian side, and what we can say for sure, part of the investigation, we interacted with them, and they made us to understand that as far as they are concerned, they have no problem here. But as a matter of fact, where we are now is poorer bordering, right? Poorer entering. So as you can see in the bush, so that means we are walking, you know, in the bush. So this boundary were demarcated in the colonial days, and the Republic of Guinea reaffirming their commitment to that, to indicate that we are one people. As a matter of fact, where they call Mojalo, if you can see the point, this clearly shows that we are just one people. You know how
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just put it down here. Let me stop it. I think we get a sense of what is happening. This is again, we yet to verify the authenticity, but we all seeing it. We heard the people that are speaking. Dr. Toto.
Brother, so before Dr. Toto come in, maybe you can play I don't give you the other side. When you go a little bit, like 2 minutes in the video, they will show where the Guinean encroach on the land and put the flag pole. So it's deep into Liberia. Yeah.
Okay. But before you come, Dr. Toto, let me bring in Moses.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Very much interesting.
So, is GOL aware of all of this?
Well, you see, these are things that we need to take for the face value until some research. I think those gentlemen, my heart goes out to them for making an effort to do that, just to bring some sanity to the whole situation, because people are confused and everyone is going crazy. Let me just speak first. Let me clarify something. When I talk about the deputy speaker coming from Guinea, I never meant to diminish his position. I was just trying to tell you that the interrelationships that we have between Guinea and Liberia is visible, is very visible, and that we need to respect that. Secondly, I want to speak to something we're to talk about, that talking about trying to reach out to congressional leaders and all that stuff here to do this. And the UN and Mr. Louis Brown have not stepped in to say anything. We have ECOWAS representative to the UN. And ECOWAS is a body of people in West Africa, the countries in West Africa representing them, that have told the UN that they will handle domestic issues when it comes to the West African region. So I believe to hastily try to see if we can get information from the UN. It's right now not necessary, because ECOWAS, according to what I'm reading here, is that, ECOWAS is working on some things. The other fact is that going to the representatives and whatnot, the senators here, we don't have that many Liberians anymore who have created relationships, strong relationships with their local congressional delegation. And I can tell you that because many of those people who you named earlier, like Reed, Patrick Kennedy, Gorbachev, and those people who really had interest in Liberia, had relationship with individual Liberians in their state. And we begin to find out that these people don't have those relationships anymore. So they don't feel comfortable going there to talk to them. And even if they go there, they have to establish these genuine relationships. Because when the people do things, like the other day when they passed that bill that Jack Reed has been introducing since 1998, we collectively, Liberians have not supported, they never supported the bill. But because of his persistence, and he went and put it on the military bill that time, it passed. And guess what? How many Liberians congratulated him or brought his office? 0. Zero. So we cutting our own feet from under us, but we don't appreciate what these people do. And those are some of the things that when you want to go there, you got to think back and say, what happened with this and this? Why were these people involved? And why are they not involved today? So those are things I just wanted to make the corrections on. So I hope that this information can be vital to the government and that the government will use it in this favor, in this at this advantage to really start looking at some of these things and looking at the border issue. And I think that if any good thing came out of it, this is one good thing that came out of this border crisis, to at least identify there is a landmark in there. And now we got it on video. That's a landmark. So now the government should go further to see what they can do to really stand their grounds.
Dr. Toto?
Yeah.
Do you have bone in your throat right now with all of these things that you're saying, finding it difficult or taking water?
Definitely, I had a bone in my throat. So I mean, that was a very good document I will share.
Exactly.
It comes to the border issue. But let me just throw back, or we don't get the point about EULA and the other organization to get for the process, which is very important. You know, this is the time that EULA does extra as a diaspora organization. We really try to engage the government of the United States to create awareness. Because our government alone would not be able to do all, because Liberia going through war. As therefore with Moses, we see how around we have some good friends in Congress. Yes, either we're working on Liberians. In fact, our chairman of the board of director, when Jairi proposal with Senator the late John McCain and other people, the defense bill was passed, we show gratitude to Jairi. We visited his office. We even got him to tell him thank you. I was the chairman of the board at that time. We went to Rhode Island. We visited Jairi. We tell him thank you for what he had done for Liberia, to create a pathway for Liberia for citizenship. So the record is there. We did that for him. They also say have good friends in Congress. A diaspora organization, EULA, we don't want to go through war again. So this is where our diaspora organization is supposed to stay firm to engage Congress on the aspects that are going on in Liberia. I know somebody, when it comes to the border issue, let me come back. I know people may not want to agree with me. Like I think the senator that left for a year, that government Liberia during that time, or we can call the miracle Liberia, they didn't do well at all for Liberia during the colonial time. They didn't have time for the hinterland. No places were neglected, and some other people didn't find themselves to be part of Liberia. They had their own administrative government running, and they were engaging the French and the British by themselves. Even when they left, they didn't really do well. If at all, the central government in Monrovia were concerned those days about the hinterland about Liberia could have been the best today we find ourselves in. Because those days, after Monrovia, they didn't have time for the Tidal South Liberia. They consider Monrovia to be their point or their base where they're living. They didn't have time for the Tidal South Liberia. Only in 1964 were talking about trying to integrate other counties like Lofa County, Bon County, Grandview County there to be county of Liberia. But they still have some issue along the borderline. They never address the issue. So today, those Guineans, they have some document claiming to those layers. These are things that happening. But they didn't really do well. But now with Eddie, does that get the Guinean the authority, the right to come and still be crucial on Liberia land? And this is where our government, stand very tall to at least we started the peaceful process. The one that engaged the government, no matter how they were receive it whatsoever, I think they showed some sign of peace. Which was a very good diplomatic process. When it comes to Louis Brown, we have member of the Security Council already. And that's the best approach that we'll be taking to address the issue on the diplomatic level. And I believe Louis Brown will do the due diligence when it's come to address the issue of the Security Council. Dumbuya, I don't know whether you guys saw a video on the few time or Senegali general, or not a general, but army guy from Senegal, were concerned about he had a serious concern about the Guinea military, about the same Dumbuya guy. That's a problem with the Guinea and the Senegal border. He said that he was warning him so much about kind of Liberian relationship and Guinea, but this guy don't understand. He said it. And even also those two, or Guinea-Bissau. The Guinea-Bissau citizen also have been complaining about him also too. That there's some tension being along the Guinea-Bissau border and the Guinean border that they will do everything to protect their forefather land. So Dubuya has come with a very big hair. And to engage in, I think the diplomatic level will be a very good process first. Get all allies involved in the international community. That broadcast here, the AU, ECHO, a lot of people have been reaching out to him to see how best the issue has been addressed. I think that the rest approach. Dubuya, like I said on one of my Facebook posts, Dubuya, first of all, he now somebody that favored by the West. He's not a darling of the West. If he do any encroachment, was going to be supported by the West. If ICC just can indict that in one war crowd, you will suck on. You not be that Putin will be indicted by war crowd tribunal also. Who can go or Putin? He cannot be compared to that Putin. So he just doing so to just create chaos in an environment as well. I just see.
Yeah, but creating who has my phone line? My line is not active. I think we need to get a ticket. Keto, who has a phone line that perhaps we can put up here? The liberal and
it will be able to hear. If I put my phone, they will be able to hear. I got a phone back. They won't be able to hear because I'm using this.
That means
Except you want me to get up.
I can take my number if you want.
Yeah, the liberal is Allah, Dr. Toto, then the person my line and my phone just destroy overnight. These people, these are another Guinean border people we're dealing with on this network. That's another version of Guinean border that we they didn't take it for a joke. They fought by, and that Haka is something. This guy, what is he trying to do?
So brother, so when you watch that the entirety of the video, right? You guys did a
the other Dr. Toto. Yeah, I just want to give the people the chance. Just call it. Let me see what I can put it there.
My number is 412
320
9271.
9271. Folks, we just putting this here to give you the something. Don't when you calling, don't just get and call. You call just for the show. So for the call to okay. I mean, we just want to have people to get their own version to these are national conversation. All right, yeah, go ahead, Keto. What I'm trying to get it now.
Yeah, so when you watch the entirety of the video, those guys did a very good document. For me, it's a documentary on our borderline, and I think the Guinean is going over the heads. I think Dumia is going over his head. As young as he is, being very disrespectful to one of the eldest statesmen of our time, just in the Monterey Union, and after he took himself, an old man took himself to go to him to talk about peace, and the next day he will go and deploy people in the country. It's sad, but that video show you it speak a whole lot. All right, and this man, I think he feels that he came to power by the barrel of the gun. ECOWAS tried to talk to him not to do what he did. He stayed there that he did the election, and whether he rigged the election, whether he won the election peacefully, he president now. He think that, I mean, nobody can do nothing to him. He's all powerful, but he making mistake, and people think that Liberia got a small army. No, if you listening to Liberians, we tested war, and we are still experienced when it comes to war. I was watching another video. There's another general who said they are giving President Bouaka time to do his diplomacy. If the Guinean continue to sit on our land, they will take their own action. Guinean know how to do what we can do. They know it. But Nike Kimbo, he said the same thing. There's another general from Grand Gila, another general from Lofa County. All the guys are saying they will bring their forces together. If the AFF cannot do, they will defend the land. And I think at this point, for us not to get in chaos with the Guineans, because the Guinean will lose a lot, is for the president to instruct the military to go to that same place, that crossing point. Make sure all those places that Guinea said for them, call international people, show them the demarcation, the cornerstones. Got the cornerstones. There's about 3 or 4 just in line. Show them all the cornerstones. Let the Guinean people see it themselves and say, "Stay on your side. We stay on our side. You cannot encroach on our land. We're not going to take that." But again, the government should be forthcoming to Liberian people. Sometimes, honestly speaking, this is something for us to be patriotic. But I think the government spokesman is very arrogant. The way he speaks to Liberian people is condescending, like the people stupid. And that's some of the sad thing. He came from the meeting that they had, closed door meeting with the Senate, the legislature. They interviewed him, and he would just, the things he said, for me, it was condescending, to Liberian people, especially the young people of Lofa County, Foya district, that went over there and resisted the Guineans, put their flag and took our flag and put it up there. That historic movement to show that how the people are patriotic, they would die for the land. And then you can't talk about, oh, the Liberian people, if you want, some people saying they want to take action, someone put your in, want to get your gun to go defend the country. Are you kidding me? Because he sit in Monrovia and enjoy the fruit of the Liberian people. That way you talk as an information minister. That's sad. That's really sad. But
Yeah,
Mr.
but I don't think.
Hold on. Let's show the other part here quickly, and then
I beg you, let me say something real quick to what Keta said about other generals talking about participating and taking arms. That will raise the security threat level in our country. The government needs to get a grip on this and not depend on so-called butt naked and those former general who call themselves general because of rebel time, civil war, and say they would take arms and go fight for Liberia. We don't need that. That raises,
that's why the government should take action now.
No, wait a minute, Kota. I'm saying the government, nobody should encourage that kind of behavior. Nobody should encourage it. We have a certain elected government in place. Let them do what they need to do. And no one should, I don't think it's even for us to echo those kinds of sentiments, because it is wrong for a national government to be in place and then you have these extra groups talking about they would take arms to go fight. No way. No way. The government
that's exactly what Minister Pia was. That's exactly what Minister Pia was hammering down.
Hello. Can we do it one at a time when Moses and then
we cannot do that. We cannot encourage that. It raises the security threat level in our country. And anybody, if the government does not rebuke that and talk against it, we don't need anyone thinking in that direction. And this thing escalate, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. The international community will look down on us. We got a legitimate elected government. Let's stick with it.
Yeah, go ahead. So, what I see, that's exactly what Minister Pia, was just pushing through. That, no one going to encourage maybe citizens. What is it that they want government to do? Go to the border, take our arms? No, So he went, the president went to meet with the senators. So he wouldn't wanted to express or to talk to them. He was called by the Senate anyway. To give them, up to put her up to speed of what's happening at the border. And he was able to say exactly. So what Minister Pia was saying, was that we'll continue to encourage, peace talk, dialogue, diplomacy, but we are not going to encourage a situation where maybe citizens go to the border, take up arms. And I think that's exactly what he was hammering down. And I think what the minister was saying is something we should live high. Look, no one going to appear. Who's going to benefit as a result of war in the basin? We're not going to benefit anything.
Quickly here, I 100% agree. I 100% agree with Moses. Our conversation this night, where we now one of those to kind of insinuate to create some sort of tensions. We will discuss it honestly, agree and disagree. But that's all of that will force on the government. He, as a minister, the people know what citizen knows what they've been going through in the past. So even if they say something like that, it is the responsibility he, as a spokesperson of the government, to exercise. Somebody on the phone, Dr. Toto?
Yeah, Marty on the phone.
Okay. force on the government. Yeah, Dr. June, go ahead. Dr. Jones?
You gotta unmute yourself, Dr. Toto.
Yeah, but it's on the phone.
Dr. Jones, go ahead. You gotta put the phone on, put this phone he calling on, just put the speaker on, and they will pick up the signal.
You gotta unmute yourself, Dr.
Yeah,
Toto.
yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, but it's on the phone.
All right. To warn Mr. Ketor to reduce the temperature. The temperature he carrying down there that those active rebels are all over the place there. They're ready to do something, this and that. A leader must begin to think about its citizenry, the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, and the businesses are going on right now. So the issue of war appetite that have engulfed Mr. Ketor, I'm taking Jesus Christ to back him to get out of that terrain. And lastly, I just want to tell the panelists that we need to do more research on what's going on between Guinea and Liberia. And some of the findings I got today clearly state, I'm taking Jesus Christ to back him, that this river is the legitimate property of Guinea. The first evidence there is that this river rises from the Guinea highland. That's the origin of the river, from the Guinea highland. That alone is an evidence of ownership. Now the river is flowing down, passing our countries. But let's limit ourselves to Liberia.
Why?
Yeah.
Liberia is entitled to the river bed. The 1907 and 1911 treaty, after Barclay then screwed this whole thing up, and the whole thing got messed up by Tottenham's 27 years in power. This is not Joseph Boakai artificial made crisis. No.
Yeah.
So this river here, we got to be very careful. We don't own this river. We do not own the river bed, and the treaty that was signed, they were all in French. And William
Dr. Mali, I think Dr. Toto, the audio, I think we're not doing the audience good. The audio is, Dr. Mali, if you want, Dr. Mali,
Dr. Toto talking to him.
let he call my personal number. Hopefully I can get it, but we're not getting the echo is too much. Let he call my personal number. I will try to call him and see. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody else.
Mr. So I was on the floor. Right? I was on the floor. I was on the floor, brother James. I want to correct something on Dr. Mali said. I think and all of you guys missing what I'm saying here. Yeah. What I'm saying here is the day the young Liberians went over there and put the flag up. That very day, the president should have asked the military to go and form or place a security buffer to protect its citizens. Because they're not doing it, we see former general, you don't forget, General Bodnike is his.
Ketor, hold on 1 second. Dr. Mara, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, is he okay, guys? Are you hearing him?
We're not hearing him. Let him wait in for you talking. Let him lead the line.
Hello, you're not hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, we're hearing you.
I'm hearing you.
This CDC man here trying to cause trouble here. Go ahead, Dr. Mali.
Yes. First of all, I began by begging Ketor to get out of the war bubble. He claiming that they are rebel around to teach people sense. It's not about sense right now.
No.
We have little citizenry who are just still recovering from war. We have our grandchildren and great-grandchildren that still moving around there trying to settle down. We cannot go to war now. Secondly, we need to do more research on the Makoma or Mao River.
Makonda.
Research tells me that this Mao River began from the Guinea highland. There where the river started from the Guinea highland. That's what my research tells me. That is the first identity of ownership, legal ownership. Let's come down now, the portion akin to Liberia. That portion involved a colonial treaty that was written in French. And it was being supervised by Arthur Barclay. And later on, it should have been ratified by Todman. But he was smoking cigar all over the place. In fact, he started giving more land off. But here is the issue. According to that colonial treaty, Liberia is only entitled to the river bend. Liberia not even supposed to go in the middle of the river. The river bend. That is Liberia own property, full stop. Any attempt to cross, to even go in the middle of that thing, that problem. So what we're seeing here is that...
Hold on 1 second, Dr. Mali. Look, Libra, hold your peace, Dr. Mali, the independence. I know your folks calling you for you to call. So hold your peace, Dr. Mali is speaking, okay? All right. Dr. Mali, go ahead.
Yeah, so what we're seeing here is that we do not have much claim to this water. So the best thing we should have done was to consult with these people what we're supposed to be doing. When the colonial treaty was written, they were all in French. But it was not the priority of Tubman. Tubman had different priority. And the issue now is that when the whole river business started, it was almost 73 years before the president was born in Guinea. So he doesn't have much idea. Their focus is mineral resources. So the only conclusion here now is we either turn the river over to Guinea or negotiate with them and beg them, because the portion according to the treaty that we own is just the river bend on Liberian side. Just the river bend. That's what my research tells me today. So we don't have much claim to this river here.
Okay. So hold your peace. I don't want anybody to attack you while you're out. The most ridiculous man is on the phone. He's a friend of
we had to attack a comment.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's hear you out, because I want to give you the opportunity in case he comes with some sort of Tabata here will know what to do, because his folks they're all writing it. The Liberal, good evening.
Good, Mr. So I am glad that you allow me to call in, and I'm glad the likes of Dr. Toro is here with you. Will the culture need to be removed from the show tonight, because he has nothing to contribute except from the big time CDC Tabata that we're tired with. But let me just say this here to you.
The guy is so addicted to Keto. Go ahead.
The Republic of Liberia, under this president, his agenda is to rebuild effectively the Republic of Liberia for the future. I keep saying this to you guys, but for some reason, you tend to do your own thing. The guru speak, and you guys should accept the guru thought on this thing, and that is, you saw, but remember the diploma come honor the negotiation or else. All the former generals that are now working, they can't wait. So yes, you have people to back you, you have people to fight. But the first thing is, when you're going to go fight, you have trained army, 2,000 of them, and you have untrained army, almost 1,000 or maybe 5, 7, 8, 10,000 of them. And you expect for them to follow the rule of engagement? I don't think so. That's not the only thing. What happened when you see when you guys talking about going there, we can't let people to do this to us and our sovereignty, but you're not thinking the end game. What happened when the war is done? All these people that you come in, all these young people that you come here to work for you, they don't even have a job right now. So what happened when the job is done, when the war is over? Do they have job to go to? No, they're going to come. And CDC intent is for these people to go fight war. When they come, they have no place to be. Then they disturb the government and dislodge this government. That's their intent. We know who they are. And you're not going to come to power through the back door. No, we're not going to allow you to do that. And therefore, the president going to negotiate on our behalf, and the president going to make sure no war happens in our country, whether against Guinea, whether against each other. We're not going to fight. We will talk this thing over. If the people want that river, we will negotiate with them. Whatever belongs to them according to history, they can have it. We're not fighting over a little piece of diamond and then what have you, children die. But that's not CDC intent. CDC intent is to destabilize the country so that they will have the opportunity for President we have to come back. He said, no, we're not going to go through that.
Liberal. I don't know why you're trying to change the conversation. Is that a CDC?
Going to contribute to the show?
Somebody on it. Is that a CDC thing we're talking here tonight?
Mr. So, those who've been beating the war drum, they are sedition. Anyway, CDC, I say CDC, what you want to put war in my mouth? I said CDC beats the CDC because they figure if this president negotiates effectively and this thing ends actively with amount ourselves between Guinea and Liberia, no bullet fire.
Okay.
CDC right now have nothing to talk about.
All right. Dr. Jones, Dr. Toto, you got somebody there?
Yeah, there's somebody here.
Okay, let's try the audio. Caller, go ahead. Let's see.
Hey, Theo, how you doing?
Good. Okay, much better. I'm good. Good.
The discussion for the opposition, the government will not buy into their decision. The fact of the matter, the situation are in local, it worries every one of us. We gather, but we don't have much manpower to go to the front line. When Liberia is attacked, the entire country is getting it's a problem for the entire country. But the fact of the matter, we worry more here than giving the people that in Guinea. They see where people are worried at the border. People that are coming from the border area, they are telling you, even the Guineans that in Guinea, they are worried more because they are afraid. For this situation, I don't think war is the answer.
Let me rush a call, yeah? What's up? Jaguar, the person will call it back. Jack, continue.
Okay, so war to me, war is not an answer. Whatsoever people are pushing today for people to get over there when things turn around, when we get into full crisis to get tomorrow, there will be things in our country. If the Guinea did not advance to our country, then the Malaysian men and they go and fall out when they come back and they like it there. So the game that play opposition are playing, we must not play getting our country to
Kola Jahura 1 second, yeah, the guy keep calling me about you try to rush it. Yeah, I've been rushing call. Okay, the call brother. Hold up, Jack, hold on. Like you thought that you come in, yeah? Hello?
Okay. Yeah. So to me, the best thing we can do, regardless of what's the decision that the government is taking, don't order or be patient because when that team start to do tomorrow, everyone is other year you will see a lot of call, people will be displayed and there will be chaos in the country. Don't pray along with the government, don't pray along with the nation that there's something will come out to peaceful solution. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the show.
All right, thank you. That's what I get. You're welcome.
Yeah, Dr. Soto, you can hear me?
Okay, hear you. Your name and where you calling from?
Oh, this is Christopher Tobasi. I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay, Chris.
You know, we all agree that we don't want war. No people want fair war with Guinea. You know, we got brothers and sisters across the border from Liberia and Guinea. So we don't want to fight war. So people like Butt Naked and should stop threatening Guinea with fighting war. First of all, we got 2,100 military men and women. Guinea got almost 6,000 military men and women. Guinea got jet bomber. Guinea got all kinds of things to fight with. You know, so but we don't want to encourage that. We want to encourage dialogue and diplomacy. And I think the government don't have strategy. You know, the government don't know where to start from and how to go about this thing. And we see them struggling. You know, I just hope that they will find a perfect way forward, you know, to bring everybody at the table so that we can resolve this thing peacefully. But the government has failed. From my point of view, I think the government has failed, but they can still try their best to come to the table so that we can resolve this thing. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Before I know time, it's already after 10. So, Dr. Male?
Yes, sir.
You listen to the Lord, before I go back to the live you hear, is there any final thing from your side? And maybe, hopefully, I think I can give a Libra a few seconds.
Oh, yeah, the only thing on my side here is I agree with the last caller, but in conclusion, I disagree with it. But here is the issue. Honor Arthur Barkley became president in 1990.
I don't know what call also. Maybe should be the last one.
Okay, so Dr. Toto, I mean not Dr. Male, hold on. Let me let Dr. Toto call and then you guys can wrap it up.
Call your dear. Where you call it from?
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Etotoa. I'm in the U.S., but I'm representing Zwedru.
Okay. Call a 1 second. Another person call the big branch call here. Yeah.
Yeah, do that one at a time if you can't mess up. Let a person get the other person.
Okay, yeah, finish. I'll call another person back. Yeah, you go ahead, caller.
Yeah. Yes. And you know, earlier today, Butt Naked, he had he was on show today. He was talking about the land, this land thing, and and he's saying, he's saying he willing to go to war, and and his zeal, I like his zeal. I like our people's zeal in this time. Our people are feeling fearless. Our people are our morale is very high, and we're not fearless. But the war had destroyed us. The war brought death upon us. The war scattered us all over the world. So we don't want to go back to war. So all this nonsense, all you got it going on, all this stuff, we don't want any war anymore. I'm Totoa. I'm the son of the late Senator David N. Toa Grand G. I'm supposed to be saying this, and I'm saying that we don't want any war. Y'all, this internet business is getting out of hand.
Okay, Cora, take it for your point. You don't have other call coming in. Back to back, just wrap it up, quick. Just try to wrap it up. Other calls are coming in back to back, but full boss it up.
Okay. Your show is good. The main thing I want to say is, we don't want any war. The president is in charge. Let's support the president. Let's support the president. He's an old man. Let's support him. If you were in charge, you want the people to be behind you and support you. So let us all support the president. That's all I'm saying.
All right, thank you.
Okay, man.
If also you want to take one more call, that'll call keep coming in. You want to take one more?
Yeah, let's hear from the people. Lpr and Tabata will be hearing them for long here, Yeah, Dr. Mali, they're fine. I'm not here for Lpr and George and Tabata here tonight.
Let me call the guy back. Keep calling.
I'm telling you the truth.
It's unfortunate for these people to come and just spill off falsehood.
Please, before I send you.
Huh?
No, now you get that the Lpr.
Yeah, the Lpr and Dr. Mali then come back to spill off falsehood. Who is butt naked? Is butt naked a sedition? I said Rebel General came on today. Then you said the people calling.
We're on the line.
You're having a meeting?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Go ahead. Caller.
Oh, okay. I'm just coming from a funeral myself.
Okay, maybe I will call you back. Maybe that's a different call. You call you. I'll call you back.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different call.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's no, Dr. Mali. I don't want the Lpr to kind of like put you in the frying pan here this evening. So let you go ahead first. After all, you are the co-host.
But don't let them go, Mr. Sobuko. Got to deal with the top after they spoke here.
No, let them go.
How do I address somebody concerned that Mali?
You got to address Dr. Mali and the Lpr concern. Let them be on the line so they can get small few to sleep tonight.
I have a question for Dr. Mali.
Why are you trying to gang against Dr. Mali?
Yeah, a question.
Okay, he's supposed on Tabata here. Big Tabata.
Are you in sympathy with the Lpr, Dr. Toto?
No, yeah, I support the Lpr, but talking about Dr. Mali. I want to get a question for you.
You always support. Not a day I ever saw you never supported him. We all are the same people that we're talking about here today. We get a problem.
Progressive. Diplomat.
Lpr, you get 30 seconds. Let me hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that the President of the Republic of Liberia will be visiting Sacramento here very shortly, and hopefully we will engage. And if the people know us, which they don't know us anyway, so that we will have a conversation.
You say who visiting what?
Excuse me?
You say who coming to Sacramento?
I said I'm hoping that the President of the Republic of Liberia will be visiting Sacramento.
Well, we need to solve the problem in Guinea border before you. Why you coming to Sacramento to do what?
To eat good with the Lpr.
You need to resolve very quickly. Intellectual issue.
They'll go to the governor or city mayor.
No, Mr. So on a very serious note. The Guinea situation is under control. I don't know why you're making all that noise for. The president has it under control.
Yep.
We're not going to allow the opposition to push us to war. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. The country is stable. The people are yearning for peace, and the government is providing an avenue for them to enjoy their peace. We're not going to, because of pride and flag and the river and the diamond and all that kinds of stuff. If we want diamond, we can go to Total and dig diamond.
Okay, good night. All right, bye. Good night.
No, Mr. So, hold on.
Good night.
I'm making my point.
I said 30 seconds.
It might sound ridiculous, but I'm making my point.
I said 30 seconds. Good night.
You or the opposition to push us to war.
All right, I got it.
Good night.
Good night. Bye. Since you want to be Dr. Mali, and this is why I say I'm not going to allow him to. Are you still on that phone? Can you go, please?
Dr. Mali is not part of the show tonight. Why are you calling in?
You see the old man? Dr.
Open like
Malik,
grandma being
he from back home. I don't know what they gave him. He just
open like grandma. That football days. That football days. I don't do.
we need to find something to stabilize it.
Open like grandma too much.
So how dosage to stabilize it? Dr. Malik, let me hear you quickly. We want to go. Dr. Malik?
He gonna sleep.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Let me hear you quickly.
Yeah. It is pathetic that this thing is happening at this particular time. Well, research tells me that this thing all took place under Arthur Barclay. Because the colonial treaty started 1907 up to 1911. Barclay was in power 1904 to 1912. He did not handle this thing here. And Daniel E. Howard did not pay attention to it, including Charles D.B. King and Edwin Barclay. They all did not pay attention to this until after 33 years when Tubman came into power. Tubman made it worse. He did not pay attention to this thing. In fact, he started giving some territory up, including Danade, including Zelekule. Zelekule is Liberian land. But Tubman gave it out. Tubman gave it out. So what we're seeing here now is that there are enough evidence to show that this river is the property of Guinea. It started from the Guinea highland. That's evidence number one. Two, the portion that is passing by Liberia. According to the colonial treaty, that when the colonial treaty came in, the river band on Liberia side, just the river band, that is the treaty right there. And the portion of Liberia, not even in the middle. They're not even supposed to go in the middle anywhere. So what we're seeing here, if we're going by this, we'll go to the international community or international court. Liberia is not going to win this case. So the best we can do right now is we have two options. To just forget about it, really turn it over to these people, or we go to ratify this treaty and stay and remain on our side, the river band, because that's what the treaty said. And lastly, the treaty was written in French. So probably that was called the former president and they didn't even care to read it. Everything is in French. I had to call my French friend today to really guide me in the whole process to read this treaty. And this, when the whole river business started, it was 73 years after, before Dumuya was even born. So Dumuya don't even know the details. But he even concerned about the diamond in there. So actually, we don't have a case. We just got to talk to these people or just wave this river here and let peace come to Liberia. Thank you.
All right, folks, that's it from our analyst, Progressive. Thank you so much, Dr. Malik. Thank you so much. So you know, my phone that you're pricing, my microphone is back, and you turn to the phone, it will come back. Good night, the liberal.
Your microphone back? You sure?
All right, good night. I'm not here to argue here this evening. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it all here. You got somebody there, Dr. Tutu?
No, I don't think anybody. You muted Dr. Tutu.
I said, no, the person call. It's a 214 number to call, and then they hang my call it back. They can pick up, so that's just
okay. Then that's fine. Hopefully, my phone just got something today, and it is what it is. All right, so let me put your number down, Dr. Malik. Dr. Tutu, thank you so much. At least this 1 year we agree on it today, even though you're a liberal fan, that's okay. But you know, we're still all right. So where are we? I mean, to be crystal clear here, I don't think we have different views, different opinions being expressed here. We are not calling, we just only asking GOL to be a little bit get ahead of the game, because this guy, I don't know what he tries to prove, what he tries to do. Listening to all that is happening, Dr. Toto mentioned, yes, his action with Guinea, with Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, and all of those people that border with him. I don't know why he's trying to, what is his strategy? They are military people. That's who they are. I don't know what sort of tensions or what sort of attention he's trying to get. We don't know the intent of it. So we're just only asking our government to be very forceful, but we also do agree with diplomacy. Diplomacy is why it is. Or we need to call other friendly government to get involved. Okay, guys, let's put a cap on it this evening before we can go. Akwe, if you were to speak to the president directly regarding this here to ask for your counsel, what could be your suggestion?
So I will begin by telling the president. I will begin by telling the president, and great job and many thanks, and for his push when it comes to diplomacy. And I will also remind him about a video, that I saw, just a few days ago. And I saw the video, and in that video, I saw Liberians with load on their heads, fleeing and leaving. It reminded me years back, 1990, when I walked from Painesville, Dupo Road, all the way GSA Road to Big McCandid in Firestone. It reminded me of that. So, I mean, those are the things I will be able to tell the president. And I will also tell him, Mr. President, Liberia must never, return to a place where our people, are forced to flee in fear, without, within their own country. I will tell him definitely that our people deserve peace, that he's pushing. Our land deserves respect, but that where actions, put actions where the Bureau have raised, and accountability must not be delayed. So I will speedily tell him to ensure the immediate deployment and sustained presence of the Liberia TPRC and the National Disaster Management Agency to address the needs of internally displaced people. I will also tell him to launch a thorough and independent and transparent investigation into the reported illegal mining activities, and any officials linked to them should be punished for that. I will not also forget to remind him to pursue a firm and peaceful resolution that guarantees and the withdrawal of any foreign military presence and from Liberian territory and safeguard our sovereignty. I mean, those would be my words to him. Thank you.
I think what a good suggestions, what a good counsel there to the government of the Republic of Liberia. So, Keto, let's hear you.
Thank you, Brother So, for the show. Great show. Unfortunately, we have Dr. Malik Jones that came on the show here with his Tabata, so many Tabatas, and the Liberal. I hope they are listening. So I'll make some correction. And some of the people that call and said the opposition. The last time I checked, butt naked, Joshua Bly, the pastor, wannabe politician, was never a sedition. The video are out there. Joshua Bly said if the president don't take action, he still got his men, they can go over there and do what they have to do. They will make Guinea got a lot to lose. That's his words. That's not my word. And the reason I brought it out is because the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. The president, the day the Liberian civilians went on the scene, confronted the Guinean military, made them to move out of our land, our territory, to go back, and they hosted Liberian flag. The president should have sent our AFL to guide that part of the country to prevent confrontation between Guinean military and our civilians. That would have served as a deterrent for the Guinean military not to cross over from the water. And I want to correct Dr. Jones. Because the source of the river came from Guinea and enter Liberia doesn't mean that part of the river that enter Liberia is not for Liberia. Guinea does not own the entire river. The side of the river that Liberia fall on is for Liberia. Liberian people can go there and wash their clothes. Liberian people can go and fishing there. As long as they're not crossing the river to go on Guinea side, that's side for Liberia. So for he to come on this show, doctor, to come on this show, wannabe politician, or Gisi man from Foya, to come on this show and say because the river originated from the hills of Guinea, so it make that river to be for the Guinean. I'm sorry, he does not even know his own country he's from or his district he's from, because there's a demarcation. A Google will play the video. Maybe he didn't see the video that the kids the young civilians who were brave enough went in the bush and formed the cornerstone that the French people put there. And they show that the demarcation is there to show the porous border activity between Liberia and Guinea. So we got to speak the truth. And then start getting sedition involved in this whole thing. All we're saying here, we don't want war. Nobody wants war. But because the government is not taking the action that it's supposed to take, nobody say go to war. All we say protect our borders. It is your responsibility to protect the border. You can still have diplomacy, but make sure the security there. How do you feel as a commander-in-chief of the Republic of Liberia, seeing your citizens so low on their heads in their own country to become display from a foreign invasion? And you tell me that we're playing politics about it? No, we're not. Deploy the people. Let them go there. And maybe it will serve as a deterrent and a protection for our own people. Thank you.
Wow, get everybody fighting for the all right, so let me bring it back to Toto and Moses. You will put it into the security context, the implication. And before we go, I have one question, which is the Sherman Brown tape. We know the Sherman Brown show on Lpr-Tv those days, and I just need an explanation. I just need a response. No answer. You don't want to answer, so be it. Dr. Toto, let's provide a counsel to the government or to the president, who is the ultimately one deciding factor to say, hey, I think my cup is overflowed. If you were communicating with the president this evening, what would you tell you?
Also, the president is on the right track. The way in which the president handled the situation, very cordial, very diplomatic. For the fact that the president can go down, that's why people say it's a weakness.
So then why you say shame on the president?
I didn't say shame on the president. That one, I don't say that.
Well,
I said the president handled the situation rightfully to approach the issue diplomatic. And that's what he did. That's why people will shame him for going to Guinea, but he didn't look at it as a weakness, he looked at it as a strength. Because Liberia is not prepared to go to war, and we don't have the logistics to go to war. We're not going to be sounded by war drum, by politicians or sedition that call it for war drum to be beaten, and that's the only way to feel that they can be successful in Liberia through war. No. And that's an approach the president are taking. We're not going to go through war. And when I get there, I'm lucky, he can start the discussion so good, but he can mess it up. Yeah, he can mess it up. No, he can start it very good. Very good way. But then he try to take the opposition citizen hard from there. He can raise some very good point. I agree with 100% some of the point he raised. But
sedition, that's what I won't forget it. You will not come.
Take it out of. And then to manage June point, talk about the river flow, it is that. Look at the Nile River. The Nile River flow from Egypt. So does Egypt go and claim Uganda, South Sudan, where the Nile River flow, all the countries coming to Uganda, Tanzania? Should Egypt come and say, we'll claim all the countries because the Nile River flow from Egypt? And that's what the body trying to tell us. So yes,
you're on fire. I never see you like that before.
They will come for you.
So the Nile River, the Nile River flow from Egypt. All know the source of the Nile River in Egypt. It's right there up. But Uganda, Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, they all benefit from the Nile River. The Nile River flow through the country. So
Kenya,
So Egypt come and claim and say, okay, the source of the Nile River from Egypt come to claim all the country or to claim the territory. No, I think that the body makes a point on that. I don't know.
All right, thank you. This my co-host here sometime, man. He's some kind of man. Someday he never knows how you're going to learn. Okay, Moses, I mean, we have said all, and I think everybody talking it in good faith for the good of their country. I mean, it's our country at the end of the day. The burden going to be on all of us. This not something that we want here. I mean, but this guy from Guinea, he's he just happened to escalate tension and stuff like that. That's why the old man, his counterpart from Sierra Leone, all of those people, when they turn their back, he like Aqua said, he doing different things. Where is he up to?
Well, this guy, I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but I mean, this is a security threat, and I think all of those neighboring countries need to ban on him. The first thing I would tell the president of Liberia is to dismiss immediate sentiment of these people like Bodnicki and them, and these warmongers. That should be taken out. He should take serious stand against anyone who wants to promote anything that brings about war in Liberia. The Liberian people are not ready for that. So, because those things can raise the security threat level. When everybody start taking their mark and say, oh, war coming, and these people making these kind of remarks, it's not good for the country. And I think NSA or those people, I believe they got intelligence that are on top of it. I hope they do. The second thing is that I sent you, Mr. So, a thing that I just researched about this guy, the Guinean president, and exactly what Mr. Toto said about Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, and what he's done before the incident with Liberia. I said that to you, and I'm sure you read the document, but there's a whole there's a series of actions that he's taken around, especially with those African nations, which is totally instigating the instability of that Western region. And I think that if I'm talking to the president, I'll tell him that, the collaboration, keep up the good work, or getting ECOWAS involved and the Man River Union, and see if that can be pursued to really dismiss this guy and his ideology as far as, going after these countries. Besides that, let me close with this. We've spent a lot of time on this issue with war, and I think that, the government of Liberia, we should let them do that. And whatever it is that they need to share, I think they should share the information so that people cannot be panicking in the country. The last thing I must say is this. We had a domestic violence arrest recently in Liberia, and that has died. I don't know if it's dead, completed, but this guy they call Sam Jackson, and I'm seeing it here today, and take my word for it. I'm going to draft a bill, and it's going to be the Sam Jackson bill, and it's going to address the issue of domestic violence. And I'm going to make it my mission to go to Liberia and collaborate with a representative to put that on the floor. So people who listening, if you want to support.
Are you saying Jackson bill on what?
On domestic violence.
Why you putting St. Jackson name on it?
Because the recent incident that happened.
Do you have evidence that he did what?
I'm not saying evidence. I'm saying the Sam Jackson bill. Whether there's evidence or not, that's how the.
Why you don't say? Why you don't say
Moses
Sigmund bill?
Wait a minute. No. You're not listening to me. We've done it before. The Brady bill in this country passed because they had an attempt on Brady's life, and he was shot. It has nothing to do with negative, but this case that involved domestic violence is very important and is dear to me as a security person, and I'm going to draft my bill. If you don't want to support it, don't support it. Don't ask me no question.
No.
Engaging people.
Hold on one second. If you require us, Moses, if you require us to relegate this conversation, we will do it. We will ask you questions.
Then I'm ready for it, but I'm just letting you know. It's going to be Sam Jackson bill.
Okay.
That's why I'm going to name the bill.
There are still questions to be asked. Have you come to you are security analyst? Have you come to a conclusion of this case? Is that why you?
What case? No, you don't have to come to a conclusion.
How do you know it's domestic violence?
How do I know it's a domestic violence?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me such questions?
Because I want to know. You're a security analyst, right?
Yes.
How do you know it is a domestic violence?
when I do my when I read to write my
You
bill,
haven't done your research, then you can't conclude. Then you're not a security analyst.
Dude, listen, let me tell you something. The man was arrested. He was arrested, and now he's released and walking freely.
Why
At
was
some
he
point in
arrested?
time, the domestic violence. When I get there, I will explain that. But let
Well,
me
yeah,
take
yeah.
this time for it.
Okay,
But I'm going to
Moses,
do that. I'm just making this
Moses,
announcement. I'm
Moses.
making the announcement.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed. I'm not saying what you are saying, but I'm so disappointed the way the case is being handled. The media, people.
And that's exactly why I'm going to introduce a domestic violence days.
And this is where my
If he's
disappointment
found
is. I was so
innocent,
disappointed.
it will
First
still
of
be
all,
the same Jackson bill.
Yeah, you can call whatever it is. But
I can call it whatever I want.
Even the police, what I thought, and that's my own personal view, I could be wrong. We can scramble over that a little bit here. There was a potential or serious crime. We don't know who is the perpetrator, who did that. But the fact of the matter here, a crime was committed as long life was being taken away. And for the police don't seek consent where there's a crime being committed. Oh, we come in, you agree and I agree. They should have gone in right there,
away,
have that place sealed up with that green, yellow or blue, whatever crime tips.
Correct.
Go in there. But the idea when something happened, people who have nothing to do with the case, people falling in. Imagine even see what they gather from there. They're supposed to check in, but people just going in. The other group of people with their own people
precisely
the whole thing. That is just ridiculous, as if they are not even being in society, because that whole place should have been sealed up completely. Nobody should go in there. They go there. Somebody is dead. Human being is dead. Go there and gather. They not need to. I don't think that was it should be a violation.
No. You see,
so Mr. So,
wait a minute.
At the same time, we also needed to have justice to be to prevail, to give him the opportunity. I know he talks a lot of crap, all kinds of things here. I don't know from what context, what was running through his mind, whatever. I'm not a psychologist or so to say, oh, this is what was going on. But there was a key thing that the investigators to have pursued. And I'm just disappointed the way they took it. And here we are now, over 72 hours and all of that. I'm afraid that this is going to end up in the Musu Gloria Sky case, because at the end of the day, when it goes to court, evidence. We're hearing saying Jackson say
all tinted.
Okay. Yeah, she was okay, and Wayne, who did the operation. So it's just, I don't know what's going to happen. But
I'm just
Mr. So, this is the thing.
Thank you,
and this
Mr.
is the thing. This is the thing, Mr. So. Let me just come in for a minute. You the security analyst. You close the whole thing.
Listen,
let me just come in for a minute.
You're not playing that game today. We're not on
no. I
don't want to close the whole thing.
Hold on.
You already spoke. I was speaking.
I didn't speak. You don't want to speak in Jenna, and you brought your whole thing.
Guys.
Dude, wait a minute.
Wait, is that how you interrogate people?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not interrogating him. I was talking. You wanted to make a point to me. So why is it interrupted?
No. I mean, you spoke. I'm just asking because if you are a lead investigator, you're going to let a client to speak because you want to grab something. But
very good.
I think you're investigating. You're using. I know how to call it the handcuff. Number one, I didn't call it with high tension.
No. We tell you first. Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law. We give you your rights first. We read your rights.
Let's just make a quick point, then we can.
So that's the reason why I say the police acted very unprofessional from the get-go. This man, if you follow the case, if you follow even the story surrounding the case, this man fell the day he was at OKFM, according to him. He came from OKFM came from OKFM, went to the house, opened the door, his wife was dying, the pulled up or whatever, took his wife to the hospital. The wife was still alive, but she was semi-conscious, whatever it is, took her to the hospital. The doctor checked her, found out that she was having swelling in the brain, did a surgery in the brain. He came from there, got on spoon, said they should pray for him and his wife and whatever. The next day, the woman died. The police spokesman came without gathering evidence or report from the doctor as to the cause of death. We'll all go into the crime scene to verify the crime scene, to make sure that fire was played or something was used to kill that woman, right? The police spokesman said there was an active homicide investigation going on. He pressurized the case. No. They can play the tape. I can find it. He said there was an active homicide case investigation going on. Then when he pressurized,
No.
Just careful. Just leave the stage. We're still talking.
Yeah.
You want?
Can we say
Let's just
yeah, we can open there.
Yeah,
the reason why you see these guys, the reason why you see this guy, like, the reason why you see these guys, like, the reason why you see this guy doing the thing, the guy who they call Rufus.
Homicide around it. He never concluded that it was homicide.
No, he says homicide.
Let's leave it like this. Most of you are pushing for already, right?
Yeah,
that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
Okay, yeah, let's do what we gotta go.
Let me just end up. What happened is that you don't have to be found guilty of a crime for a bill to be introduced and passed in your name. My contention is that I want to draft a bill for domestic violence. That's something that's needed in Liberia. And domestic violence is prevalent on both sides. Domestic violence against women and domestic violence against men. So it would fit for everybody. So what I'm looking to do is that we're going to draft it. The CDC do. Just a lot of
you gotta put in that. Ronald Thomas say, listen to Tabata.
So I'm gonna be drafting a bill that I'm gonna be pursuing for domestic violence.
What a plane you brought plane to all we know.
But when we're talking about the crime investigation, that's a different topic. And there are a lot of there were a lot of things that were done that was wrong. And I was watching that the whole time. It is terrible of how things are investigated.
Why you decided to claim to he destroy evidence? Sam Jackson. Why you?
Of course, but even taking, of course, he did, and the police too did not do a good job. The security force did not do a good job.
I could be.
The man sitting down in the house and say you want to eat breakfast before you go somewhere.
Before you go to police.
The man say you want to eat breakfast, then you call the IG. He said
they're calling you.
IG, I'll be there.
You say you gotta have breakfast before you go. Yeah, Mr. Solomon, let's go home. Yeah, let's go, Mr.
Police with an escort.
So you know what happened to my friend? My friend called me yesterday from Liberia. She was in the bathroom trying to take a shower, and somebody kept calling her on the phone. She ain't drunk nothing, sound girl. She went, first of all, our uncle kept calling, so she said, let me just reach and pick up the phone. She then put soap on her body, jumped from under the top, the top of the bay in Liberia, jumped on the top, grabbed the phone while she was going by in the top, she fell. This girl must be like almost 200 pounds. She fell. If I send the picture that she sent to me, when you see the cut open from here, that she felt, she said she was trying to protect. If she had not protected herself, her whole head was going to open. But the cut is so deep. If I send a picture to you right now, and somebody was telling, and so people don't understand. So if she had not, the correlation is, if she had fell in the bathroom and died in that bathroom, guess what? With that cut, and there was a man around, and there's something else, they were going to say somebody killed her.
That's not how it works.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Let's go, Mr.
The correlation right there.
So good night. That's why they said the CDC people get talked about.
That's why they say the Unity Party poor can tell too much story. The Unity Party poor can when you start hitting it, you see all of you on me. You see all of you on me.
No correlation.
You see all of you on me because you ain't
no connection whatsoever.
No
correlation.
I don't get it.
Somebody just appear on OKFN and spoil Unity Party government. The next day, boom, they put in charge on him.
Is that so that go home, yeah?
What's wrong with you?
Very good, then you mess it up.
I said,
Yeah, you know, Toto, you see Toto, what you told him?
Dr. Unity
Yeah,
Party
Toto,
Toto.
you just
Dr.
told him
Unity
that.
Party Toto. Dr. Unity Party Toto.
Gentlemen, good night, gentlemen.
Dr. Unity Party Toto. We'll talk later. We'll talk behind the scene.
You really did that. Your total and something to about going to net to carry again. Thank goodness. All right. Oh my goodness. I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. So we really went above the time, but we came on late and a couple of days, so we just have to fill in that gap. Well, that does it this evening. So say thank you so much. You get Randolph, you get the Lpr and George. CDC, that just CDC. What? Where is the connection in this one here, man? Come on. I will tell you to send that picture. Let's see whether you you're going to manufacture some kind of AI picture and send to me here. We want to thank you so much for your time this evening. We always the civility maintained on this network at all times. Your views, your opinions also matter. You have the right to disagree with, or even when we say, as much we talk about, other people say it, you also at liberty to express your own views, your own opinion as to what we say here if you don't agree with us. And this is why make us LPR, Liberia Public Radio. No one should be left behind in these national conversations. Your opinions, your view matters. Even if we don't agree with it, we will accommodate that conversation here. If this is the first time, we say thank you for sharing your evenings with us. We don't usually say your way, do it your way. But we empty all out there to have this conversation. He's sending picture now. I don't know where he be getting picture. Oh my goodness. I can put a kind of picture on Facebook. Please. We want to thank you so much. Do join us again at another time for more programming. Tomorrow is what, Monday. Oh, it's the night of Tabata. The Lpr and his ally, the George, the Clarence, they're going to be here tomorrow. And all they're going to be doing is to cheering up the gurus, the guru, even if it is bad. That's who they are. That's what they do. They always want to be politically correct. They are unable to even hold their own accountable. But here, we will square it out. We will balance it. Even the sanction of our voices, we will still intrude to make our voices be heard. Having said that, we say thank you so much for joining us here by God's willing. We'll join it. I'll be here tomorrow. The Lpr pressing my mic, my microphones, new mic. If I bought two, I'm going to order another set. So I'm going to order another set. So next time, make sure everything in tight. Folks, have a pleasant evening. And by God's willing, we'll be back here tomorrow with conversations with something local brand. To have a pleasant night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.